So you can see where the sensor is located, and there's a wire that feeds into the bleed valve cover. It's just a plastic cover that you'll remove from there and disengage the wire. Next, you will remove the top and lower slide bolts using a 7mm hex socket. Take a picture of the wire and how it's routed through, just for reference purposes. Once the slide bolts are loosened, use a pair of small needle nose pliers to pull it out if you need to. Sometimes, due to lack of lubrication, they get sort of stuck and it'll be difficult to remove, but you want to lubricate these slide bolts. So use a set of needle nose pliers and insert them into the opening of the bolt around the rubber and just pull it out. After removing the carrier bolts, use a large screwdriver to pry the caliper away and remove the caliper. After you've removed the caliper, you can then remove the brake pads. Use a metal clothes hanger and reshape both ends so that you can hang the caliper on the rear spring. So wrap one side around the spring and the other around one of the eyelids on the caliper to support the caliper. You don't want to let the caliper hang from the brake line. That could create a hydraulic leak. You could have removed the sensor when you were removing the caliper bolts, but I held off so that you could see how the sensor connects to the inner brake pad. Okay, so this is how you want to reconnect the sensor to the brake pad prior to installing it. After everything is disassembled, go ahead and use some brake parts cleaner and clean up all the areas, including the rotor, the caliper, and inside the rotor, or just spray around on the inside. There are a number of brake pad designs in the aftermarket area, some of which have shims that are designed to be noise-free, sort of rubberized. And this is what I'm using in this application. And so there shouldn't be a need to add lubricant, brake parts lube, in the areas that touch metal. But I am going to lube the areas that touch the ends of the brake pad real well on the caliper bracket. So this is the caliper bracket, and I'm going to place a little lube in these areas that come in contact with the brake pad. Now, if you are using brake pads that you're not sure if they're designed to be noise-free, then I would go ahead and place lubricant in areas on the top of the pad that come in contact with the caliper.